The telekinesis course. I have always liked courses, especially the free ones or the first-class free ones. But sometimes I do not mind paying a little. Something like 6 classes for 30 euros or something like that. One day, I happened to see a very special course. Basic telekinesis course. It cost 5 euros, 2 hours. And I say to myself, that sounds interesting. Telekinesis is moving things with the mind. If they can teach me that, why not? I did not trust it much, especially because it had to be paid with PayPal and they charged an extra €1.50 of commission. But there was a phone number, and then I called and spoke with the organizer who told me that it was an initiation course, that we would learn together and that he provided the material. It was about moving a pendulum with the mind. More or less, then it seemed fine to me, and I told him yes. I committed myself to go on Saturday at 1500 hours in the afternoon, and I would pay there in cash. He gave me the address, and well, I had a kind of strange dream the day before the course, perhaps thinking about this telekinesis thing and what it is for in practice. And I imagined myself walking around and seeing money there, and with my mind I attracted it and it fell at my feet, and I took 50 euros and kept it as if it had fallen from the sky. And I also imagined a bank teller, someone who took out a lot of money, and that a little bill went flying and appeared there at my feet too. I woke up and began to distrust. Was this like psychic propaganda? I distrusted it because this sounded a little like a telekinesis sect. And I called a friend and told him, "Hey, are you coming with me? This costs 5 euros, but I will pay them for you, and then we will have a drink." And he said yes. I told him what the course was about. He did not believe it much, but in the end he came with me so as not to go alone. I was already imagining the worst, either that it was a sect or that they would kidnap me or chemical submission. Anything can happen nowadays. At the start time of the course, we arrived on time and went up. He opened the door for us, and how to say it? It was like a kind of doctor's waiting room because it was not very big and there were some chairs there and a television. Well, television, a huge mega computer that covered the whole wall, a screen of at least 500 inches. And it was the teacher's house. This guy lived there. He had a built-in bed and a kitchen, and that was it. 20 square meters. At least he had a little terrace. I became a little interested in him. He looked Indian, from Sri Lanka at least. And I asked him, but he told me, no, it is that I am Dutch. My father is Dutch. I say, well, this does not fit me. Yes, but my mother is from Haiti. Oh, well, okay. It may be. We sat down. He gave us a little water. Then he told us what he was going to give an initiation course in telekinesis. Then the other students started to arrive, each one stranger than the last. One arrived who introduced himself as Belgian, but Belgian, very dark-skinned. And I said to him, "But where are you from? From Belgium?" "No, it is that I am Belgian-Moroccan." And the other one, who did not speak much, was Russian. He was there, silent, serious. Our teacher started here to tell us more or less what he was going to do. They showed us his exercises on his huge screen. And then the automatic doorbell rang, and the last one came. This one was American, but an American. How can I describe him? Imagine a person who is in the prisons of El Salvador, tattooed from head to toe. That is how he was, all tattooed with sunglasses and a kind of beret in Bob Marley style. He apologized for arriving late, and the course started. The first thing was a basic exercise of breathing through the nose and then exhaling through the mouth, like that for 5 minutes. And I said, well, this already sounds familiar to me. This is the thing from yoga class, the yoga courses that I do. I do this very well. And, well, nothing, I was already getting into the atmosphere. Then he put the second exercise, which was visualization, which was quite simple. You had to think from 1 to 10, draw the 1, erase it, draw the 2, erase it, and when you finished, do it with geometric figures, which was the most complicated thing. And I do it mentally 1, 2, 3, and so on until 9, and then geometric figures, the ones that came to mind. Square, triangle, dodecahedron, the ones that came to mind. And very well. The third exercise was about containing the energy, that is, breathing, and when exhaling, not exhaling all the way, leaving the energy contained. And then out came this American who looked like he was from the gangs and said, when you breathe, you have to contain the energy with your fists, and when you exhale, leave your fists half open, like that the energy is charged. He seemed like an expert in these telekinesis things. I do the exercise for another 5 minutes, and then to finish, he gives us the pendulums. And he began by saying that with the pendulum, we had to move it up and down with the mind. I start doing it. Well, and it moved, my pendulum moved. But I did not know to what extent I move it with my hand, unconsciously. But my hand was still. Then the teacher says, now in circles. And I started to think, move it in circles. It moved at a speed that hit my hand 2 or 3 times already. It was going so fast that it was hitting my wrist. It seemed like it had a life of its own, and I stopped it several times with the other hand. In the end, I was able to control it, but it was going at enormous speed. And then I looked at my companions, and their pendulums moved a little, but not much. And mine, on the contrary, went like a motorcycle. The teacher told me, very good, I think you are learning. The exercise ended, and he told us, the pendulum, I bought it for €3.89, but if you want, you can give me €5 and I will give it to you. I thought to myself, okay, I will buy it because it works for me. This, I think, has worked. I even wanted to buy it for my friend, since he did me the favor of accompanying me. And he said, no, I will leave it here for you. No one bought him the pendulum. I was the only one. I forgot to say one thing. When the Belgian Moroccan arrived, he said that they had found €5 coming here, something strange. And I said to him, €5 in the street. Well, then you have already paid for your course. Before leaving, I paid for him, for my companion, for me, and I bought a pendulum. And the strangest thing of all is that when we left the building alone because the others had already gone, my friend found €5 lying in the street, and I saw it with my own eyes. I can swear it. I saw the bill there in the street lying around, and he picked it up and kept it. We left and talked about it, and in the end he behaved well and gave me the bill. So he gave me back the €5 that I had paid for his course. And that was my experience. I received a message that the teacher is going to organize another course, but this time on remote viewing. Sounds good, eh? Remote viewing is seeing beyond, but anywhere in the world. Not even a satellite can do it better, because with remote viewing you can get inside a bunker or a submarine, or the moon, and well, I imagine it will cost €5, but I do not know. I do not know because the saying already says think badly, and you will be right. And it may be that this Dutch Haitian sees us coming from the balcony and throws the €5 there so that people find them and hook us. And when we left, he threw the €5 at us when we were in the elevator because everything is possible. And the same if they were a real sect. And with this of remote viewing and the pendulum working in my case, they try to convince me to do more courses and then get me into the sect. So I do not know very well what to do with these new age courses that I have come across, whether to continue with them or do Tai Chi again, macrame, or paint mandalas.